In this family, a young child suddenly became a superhero, shouldering all the burdens, just like a school kid. How could a school kid juggle so many things? Grandma's health worsened, forgetting her name. Grandma's tempo was like a roller coaster, often leading to fights in emotional wrestling. Taking care of little Pearl felt like a challenge, and one day she dozed off while leaning against the door. She accidentally put her reading glasses on Pearl's crib, causing Pearl's hand to get sunburned. Seeing the child's hurt made Grandma feel guilty, and she made a painful decision to find a reliable guardian for the two kids while her mind was still clear. She even doubted if she could take care of herself, let alone two kids. She didn't want to add to the kids' burdens and decided to find a retirement home after settling the kids, but after hearing her plan, Pearl's doctor offered to adopt them, revealing her own child had tragically passed away not long ago. Seeing little Pearl, who resembled her child so much, the doctor was determined to find her a home. She and her wife decided to spare no efforts for little Pearl's treatment. Seeing the princess care for her sister by day and cook by night, Grandma felt heartbroken. However, when the princess found out Grandma was sending them away, her anger erupted, and she stormed off in a fit. Watching the princess storm off, Grandma remained silent, yet the pain in her heart was unbearable, and the next day, the princess returned to the hospital to care for her sister. By accident, she overheard a snippet of conversation among the nurses and came to comprehend Grandma's heartfelt intentions. It was solely by means of the doctor adopting her sister that she could hold on to a faint hope for her treatment. Thinking of Grandma's love and picturing her living alone after they left filled her heart with sorrow. Meanwhile, Grandma was busy preparing dinner at home, but her health worsened when she planned to send it to the hospital. When her condition flared up, she forgot everything, as if it were a scene from a comedy. The princess waited at the hospital all night until Grandma finally revived from the darkness. Staring at the empty plates on the table, Grandma realized she had devoured all the food during her episode and felt like slapping herself in guilt. She harbored a deep contempt for her illness, bitterly cursing her inability to properly care for her two young children and instead bringing them an unending stream of troubles and worries. To avoid making the same mistakes, she decided to seek out the aunt who had previously fought with her for help. Since that aunt could tattoo, she begged her to ink the names of her two granddaughters onto her arm. This was her only thought, a way to remind herself of them during her episodes. Meanwhile, the princess waited all night in the hospital corridor, finally receiving Dr. Zhang. She pleaded with Dr. Zhang to lend her a little money to buy Grandma a new pair of glasses. Grandma's glasses had shattered during the last accident, and as a result, she still hadn't been able to replace them with a new pair in time. With tears, she put money beside sleeping Grandma, expressing her tough decision. I made a decision, but I can't believe it's actually happening. I'm more scared than anyone else, knowing you'll be going home, yet little did the princess know, Grandma wasn't asleep. In fact, Grandma heard every word, each one stabbing her heart like a knife. She couldn't bear to separate from the two kids, but considering her present condition and the profound harm she might cause them, she was left with no choice but to reluctantly make this difficult decision. The next day, when the princess arrived at the hospital, she found her sister had been taken away. Gazing at the empty hospital bed, the princess felt as if her heart was being torn apart, but she convinced herself, today is a good day for my sister to get adopted. She should feel happy for her sister because only with Dr. Zhang could her sister thrive. At this moment, Grandma quietly watched everything from outside, filled with self-reproach and regret. She despised her own helpless body and felt deeply pained by the debt owed to her granddaughters. She merely wished for everything to turn out all right. The world truly was a jerk. Despite her sister's departure, the princess chose not to abandon Grandma by leaving her behind, opting instead to stay with her. Unable to bear leaving Grandma alone, she ultimately decided to return to her side. However, instead of being happy about the princess' return, Grandma got angry and flipped the table. Grandma's words might have been harsh, but the princess knew it was intentional. She didn't truly dislike them. Grandma merely wished to spare them from being burdened by her ailing body and chose to bear it alone, and the princess silently picked up the table, deeply comprehending Grandma's unspoken love. It seemed Grandma was truly determined and grabbed the princess' hand and bit down hard. At that critical moment, the neighbor uncle rushed in just in time, directing the princess to go to school. As she watched her granddaughter walk away, Grandma felt a wave of pain welling up inside her, as if it were tearing her heart apart. It truly hurt her heart, even though it felt like a knife was stabbing her. She had to hold back her feelings for the kid's future. On her way to school, the princess ran into Dr. Zhang, who had adopted her sister. The doctor informed her that her sister would be sent to the US for treatment, hoping she could go along too. Although she felt very reluctant to part with her sister, she couldn't bear to leave Grandma either and politely declined the doctor's offer. But when she returned home after school, this drama was just beginning.